The Aaron's 499 on Fox is brought to you by the new Chevrolets, an American revolution. By Mach 3 Turbo Champion, the only razor used by the Gillette Young Guns. By Old Spice Red Zone, spice things up. And by the Home Depot, NASCAR's home improvement warehouse. We're under the fourth caution of the day. 71 of 188 laps are complete at Talladega. 15 different leaders, 23 lead changes. The record for lead changes here, 75 in 1984. Let's get a WebMD safety report from Jeff Hammond.
Last year at Michigan, Ryan Newman experienced the driver's worst nightmare. A cockpit fire due to an engine failure where you had oil coming up underneath the car, around the car, and causing flames to come inside the cockpit with him. And you will see he got out of the car, but again, it was a very scary situation. He could have gotten hurt very seriously. Well, this year, they've got a new product that's come out that may help prevent a situation like that. This is the shifter boot that burned. Well, this year they've got a new product called TPR2 that you can coat the inside of this shifter boot to prevent it from burning or letting heat come inside, or you can do your oil lines or even the front part of the firewall. It's a new, not only fire suppressant, but a heat barrier to go with it. In this demonstration, you can see oil is ignited at 500 degrees and poured on an untreated part of material, it burns. But when it's poured on the treated part of this firewall with TPR2, you can see it goes out immediately. Even when we try to restart it with this blowtorch, it wouldn't do it. To me, this right here is very impressive and very safe for a lot of drivers. Kyle Petty is actually running this product today, and I'm going to be really surprised if I don't see a lot more teams switching to this new product for driver safety, because that's what it's all about when it comes to NASCAR racing.
For your chance to win tickets to races here or Daytona next season, visit drive.webmd.com.
And Darrell, I think fire is the biggest fear of any driver.
Oh, it is, and I love all the technology, all these new products that are coming out that are making our sport so much safer.
And DW, I could not impress upon you enough that this is exactly what so many drivers need as far as around the cockpit area. We've seen Hermie Sadler got burned earlier last week at Martinsville, Virginia, and you know heat inside his cockpit. If you can do anything to keep more comfort for the driver, it's going to be better for him.
38 cars on the lead lap. Joe Nemechek got the free pass on that caution.
Green
and
flag,
Robbie Gordon is going to lead Michael Waltrip, Kevin Harvick, and Jeff Gordon to the green flag.
Looked like Michael lagged back just a little bit, Darrell, tried to get that run on the high side, but in turn, he's going to lose that position to Kevin Harvick in the 29.
Yeah, he ran up on the 31 car so fast, he had to lift a little bit, and here comes Kevin.
We need
Michael
to add
back in fifth.
Add to our victims of pit road accidents. Kenny Wallace and Jeremy Mayfield got together on that last pit stop. Both of them had to come back in for repairs.
Now, during the caution, we listened in to Stevie Reeves, spotter, talking to Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Hey, right when that caution come out, Stuart Spotter was down here, was asking if you wanted to run the bottom. He was going to let you in. He wanted to start working with you. They said he was asking where you were so you guys could hook up together.
Yeah, well, I don't want to be in line. I'm tired of it. I want to have some
fun. He's having fun right now. Dick Berggren has more.
Yeah, there was more conversation during that caution as well. Junior trying to hook up on the radio with Michael Waltrip, his teammate. He wanted to tell Michael that it'd be kind of neat if the two of them could talk while they're running around here at 190 miles an hour. He said, you know, doesn't bother me any at all if you want to do that. I just want to have some fun. Second time in that conversation, he said, I want to have some fun. Most important, Waltrip's crew got the information to Earnhardt that Waltrip can run anywhere on this racetrack and be fast. High, low, in the middle. Junior said, that's good. I think a plan was just hatched.
I think you're right. And yesterday, Dale Jr. was talking to Martin Truex, his Busch driver, and they were kind of concocting a plan of what they wanted to do. I think that's a great idea for teammates to talk to each other during the race.
I know at one time the Hendrick cars had a channel where the three drivers could talk amongst each other, usually under caution.
You know, just to update our pole sitter, we're riding with him right here, Ricky Rudd. The 21 car started on the pole about 30 or 40 laps ago, cut a tire down under green, had to make a green flag pit stop, went more than a lap down. He got the free pass. Now he's back up here in 12th position. Good rebound.
Watching from Rusty Wallace, last week's winner on the short track at Martinsville, Virginia. What a contrast, Gerald, to go from the shortest bumping and beatingest track to the fastest white knuckle track. Does it take you 5 days to adjust from one to the other, or do you just hop in and go?
Well, this is more nerve-wracking. This is more mental. Martinsville's physical, and you got to really work hard at Martinsville. It's very exhausting. Here, when this race is over with, you'll have the worst headache you'll have in a long time.
Rusty qualified back in 32nd position. Very disappointed with that qualifying run, but I talked to Larry Carter, his crew chief, this morning. They said they've got this car driving good. Rusty has competed in 41 races here, 65 restrictor plate races, 0 in the win column.
He doesn't really like for us to point things like that out, you know.
Well, I know he don't.
And that's like that 105 thing, you know, it's starting to get on his nerves.
We can't talk about it anymore.
Rusty working inside Wimmer will go up toward the front where Robbie Gordon leads Jeff Gordon. Right behind the Gordons, who are not related, by the way, nor are they related to Chris Myers, is the 15 of Michael Waltrip. For more on Michael, here's Steve.
And Mike, just wanted to follow up on what Dick Berggren just said about radio communication between Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Michael Waltrip. Unfortunately, they're having radio problems here in Michael Waltrip's pit, so they do not have the ability to talk to each other. But Slugger Labby, the crew chief for Michael, can relay any information that Michael needs.
Boy, I'd hate to be that'd be the Slugger, be the interpreter for all of that.
Ooh, inside line slowed up there in the middle of the backstretch, right in mid-pack from about Tony Stewart on back. Tony and Mark Martin somehow got shuffled back about 4 rows there.
I tell you, a guy that has an impressive run going, Jeff Burton, back there, qualified back in 25th. A lot due to his crew chief Bob Osborne making some pit strategy, and here he's up there running in the top 5. Gets a sponsor for about 4 races, Scott's Roundup, and having a good run here so far.
Now, one of his collaborative teammates, the Wood Brothers 21, it's not part of the Roush organization, but they do get chassis and engines and engineering support from the Roush group, alongside as Jeff Burton puts Robbie Gordon not into the weeds, but just back 1 spot. Okay, Kurt Busch is just ahead of them in the 97. Now, wait a minute. I know he was 20th a lap ago, Jeannie. Right now he's 5th.
Yeah, it's quite incredible, especially considering that Kurt has not really been happy with his car most of the day. It's kind of a recurring theme here in the 97 pit that the car is just dragging. Busch saying he's not happy with the gear selection. It's nothing mechanical. He's just not happy with the one that they went with. Also not happy with the recent contact with the 48 of Jimmy Johnson. He hit the right front fender. I guess the good news is he basically just bruised the Goodyear a little bit, but the car is doing well, as we can see.
I tell you, we got a battle up here for this lead right now. Kevin Harvick just took the lead away from Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Jeff Gordon. Now Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the 8 car got kicked to the high side with not a lot of help. Goes back to the 5th position, but Dick Berggren, he'll be back up there.
Yeah, he will, Larry, but he needs to keep the nose of that car clean. Earnhardt just got on the radio, said 250, 250. Engine running hot. To Matt.
Dick, Jeff Gordon 4 laps ago told his crew chief Robbie Loomis, when we get into our final run, when we're done pitting and we're going to make the chase for the finish, let me know so I can start to plan my moves and get myself in position. Also, take a look at the 24 and 48, almost identical blues. That's why spotter Ron Theo, as Gordon works the bottom, had extra neon yellow tape put on the spoiler, the valence, across that shark fin panel coming down across that left rear glass, just so he can see that car a lot easier, definitely up off of 2 and down the backstretch.
Dale Earnhardt can see it. Dale Earnhardt Jr. can see it right out his left side window, and now puts it in his rear view as Michael Waltrip and Jr. are coupled together.
Yeah, they got the push. They're coming off at 2. That high line is really creating a lot of speed for those cars that are getting up there.
Just look at the top 6 right there. You've got 2 DEI cars, 2 Childress cars, and 2 Hendrick cars.
Importantly, Larry, they're all Chevrolets, and Chevrolets have won the last 10 races here at Talladega and have led all but less than 20 laps today.
Always dominant here.
Drivers are talking about the run to the finish, and we're not even halfway. 81 laps complete of 188. As Tony Stewart works the bottom on Casey Mears, Kenny Wallace, and that's Brian Vickers in the 25 just ahead from Kenny Wallace. A look to the inside.
And remember, he came to pit road on that last restart, had to right before that last restart. He was back there at about 37th. Here he's up to 14th. Remember, this is a DEI engine in this car.
That's cool. There's just no other sport that can show you that in the heat of competition.
Oh, no. Sheet metal flapping in the wind, people bumping into each other, parts flying everywhere.
At 195 miles per hour.
And the guys are saying they're having fun.
Here comes the Pied Piper again. I love that.
27 lead changes. The record of 75 could be in jeopardy, especially if this keeps up. Dale Earnhardt Jr., the leader. You're watching NASCAR on Fox.
That's it. That took out about 15 of them.
Trouble in turn 3, a huge multi-car crash, and they are still piling in. There's Kenny Wallace down on the apron. Derek Cope, Jeremy Mayfield, Rusty Wallace among those involved. Rusty getting a push from Terry Labonte.
Man, look at Kurt's car.
Trying to get out of the grass there. Kurt Busch's car is well wrecked, and we are under caution. There is Scott Riggs. The rookie had a great qualifying effort. He started 5th today, and on lap 84. Oh, Casey Kane.
I mean, guys, I see a lot of our guys top 10 in points, like Kurt Busch came in here 2nd in points.
And the word is that thus far, everybody is okay. And we talk a lot about the big one, and we've just had it, but Darrell, since NASCAR took a proactive stance on driver safety in 2001, we've not had a serious injury in the big one. What triggers this?
Let's see what happened over here. Yikes. Looked like the 20 car made some contact with the 97 getting into 3 over there. And boy, you can see the results.
And Darrell, that happened down low. A lot of those cars were going high, but Kurt Busch went up the racetrack right there. That got about 6 or 8 of them.
Took a pretty hard lick too. Looking down to the inside, just not quite enough room there, buddy.
And up he comes. There's Riggs getting tipped down to the apron, and everybody just swallowed up as those 33-degree bankings clean themselves of cars. They slide down into those who were trying to take evasive.
Saw Kenny Wallace in the 0-0 car hit that outside wall very hard. Remember, they just installed the safer barriers.
And just remember, what goes up has to come down, and they go up, hit the wall, and then down the hill they come.
Riding with Jeff Gordon, it all happens behind him.
What's that? Yeah, the 97 just gets turned, man.
And first the top of the track clogs, and then the bottom. Rusty Wallace.
Oh,
hit his youngest brother, Kenny Wallace.
Man, that was hard. And they're still piling in.
That's Casey Kane who just piled in. Let's ride with Casey Kane. It's Derek Cope just ahead.
That is a hard lick.
Oh, that one was really hard.
Couldn't see who that was, but we're about to ride with the pinball in all this, which is Kenny Wallace. Lights out.